Good morning to everybody. Hi, this is Rahul Fadak, and I have around 20 plus years of experience in the industry. I have driven several business transformation, process design, implementation, and upgrade kind of projects, both in the Oracle EBS space as well as Oracle Fusion Cloud, JD Edwards space. So today I'll be walking you through the implementation of a quality management product using Oracle Fusion Cloud, which we implemented for a customer to relieve some of their pain points. Okay, so today's journey. So we are going to show you a use case of how a customer implemented Oracle Fusion Quality. Hold on one second. How a customer implemented Oracle Fusion Quality Management to improve and reduce the pain points in manufacturing and receiving operations of a high-tech company. So the main pain points they faced was siloed quality processes out of the system. Then there were a lot of quality issues, and since the process was outside the systems, they had a lot of process delays. It caused a lot of rework as well because the quality process were done and sometimes they were skipped. So there was lack of centralized repository of quality characteristics. The inspections plan were manual with no automated shipping sampling. Not all the characteristics specified in the inspection plan were measured. There was no socialization and collaboration on quality issues within departments. There's lack of reporting on quality issues, and the main desire is because this is a manufacturing facility and they had some off-site labs which also do some quality processes. There was no integration with third-party systems for doing the quality management. So to start with, we'll give you a little bit of overview of how Oracle Fusion Quality Management Cloud works and what are the features. And then we will walk you through the implementation of the quality inspection management, which we did for the inline receiving and WIP inspection for a customer's business process. And then in the end, save all your good questions till the end, so you can keep submitting them on the questions panel, and we will answer all of those questions in the end of the webinar. Okay, so let's start with cost of quality. So there's a quality has a cost to it. So a lot of like startups or mid-sized company try to avoid costs, but then they learn from the mistake and then they start investing on the costs of quality costs. So basically, as you see, there are two types of costs. So both are costs, but one is called a good cost of quality, and other cost still you have to spend, but it's cost of poor quality. So what are costs of good quality? So cost of good quality, you do some preventative and appraisal cost. By preventative, you mean you implement some Six Sigma principles like APQP, FMEA, FTA, and then you invest your time on lessons learned, and you provide education and training to your workforce to prevent the quality issues from happening. The appraisal cost, still good cost, so where you do an incoming inspection of all the goods received in the warehouse, you do in-process inspections, you do final inspections, and so on. And then if you don't do this, you tend to face these costs of internal failure. So internal failure are the similar costs which our customer experience. There are a lot of process delays, there's a lot of rework, scrap, retest, and validation, which sometimes cause downtime and loss of capacity. And when it was not cured at this end, so they experience something called an external failure, where you have experienced a lot of customer returns, a lot of customers raise warranty issues, loss of sales because the customer is unhappy. And then also on the customer side, there is a lot of sorting and repairing because of the faulty materials you are sending to the customer, and then overall lower quality scores. So based on that, you do lessons learned and you try to invest more upfront in the prevention and appraisal costs. So this is a little bit of cost of good quality. So giving you an overview of what constitutes an Oracle Quality Management Cloud. So it's a unified single platform enabling quality visibility, collaboration, and execution. So there are four, if you see the streamline of quality, there are four distinct pillars. So there's a define phase, identify phase, analyze phase, and the correct phase. So in the define phase, this is where you design for quality, where your product engineering team or new product engineering team works with a quality team to determine all the item characteristics for quality. Identification piece comes in when you do the actual inspection of the material. It can be in the inline or work in process inspection results. And then uh, uh, the next thing is to analyze those quality issues. So you identify for non-conformance and then corrective action. You take corrective action, and then on the correct piece, it's a closed loop quality management where you implement those corrective actions and pass it along to other teams. So having said that, I'm going to raise a poll here. So just want to understand from you all what quality issues do you face currently. So let me know if you see the poll question. You can respond to that poll. Okay. So a lot of people are saying that they are experiencing issues with ad hoc inspection, rework repair, and manual inspections. Perfect. Okay. Thank you everyone for your feedback. So having said that, so because quality management cloud is based on the Oracle Fusion Cloud platform, I would like to understand a brief background from you all on what systems currently you're using in your manufacturing process. So I'm launching one more poll. Let me know if you can see it, and then you can respond to it. So the question here is like, are you using currently e-business suite, Fusion Cloud, SAP, JD Edwards, or any other system today for your manufacturing and business operations? Okay, keep coming. I see answers coming. Fantastic. Looks like it's a mix of e-business suite, Fusion Cloud, and other systems. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Let's close the poll and let's begin forward our journey. So, what are the key business objects of quality inspection management? So, first and foremost, you need to know what's the inspection level. So, inspection level describes how much to sample and how often inspection should be performed. Then comes the quality inspection characteristics. This describes the properties, measurements, or tests that define an item or a process. And then you tie the inspection level and the characteristics to an inspection plan. So, inspection plan defines what data to collect, where, and when to collect it. And the last pillar is the quality inspection. This is the actual inspection process, which represents the information or measurement collected as part of performing a business process. So these are the key business objects of quality inspection management. So what did the customer do when we implemented this quality module? So the customer designed their processes for quality. So they got in together their product engineering team and the quality team to define what are the quality processes and what are the quality attributes we are going to measure during our receiving as well as work in process inspection. So they define some of the item specs. So they define item attributes and put in the specification values like minimum, maximum, and what target is for the quality. As well as along with the item, they define some non-item characteristics kind of attributes. So what they are basically is something which you cannot put in an item, but let's say you want to make sure the packaging is in correct dimension. The tags are there, the serial numbers are printed. So those are non-item characteristics attributes. So they use that as well. And once those item attributes were defined and the inspection characteristics were defined, they define the inspection plan for different item category, supplier, or process requirements, and the inspection level. So you list all the inspection characteristics and the specification limits or targets, and we leverage the item attributes as the inspection characteristics as well as ad hoc inspection characteristics, and then define inspection criteria for receiving, WIP, and inventory inspections. And then the inspection level is something they played around with. So they reduce the inspection frequency based on skip inspection logic, also define a sampling plan to apply the inspection results of a subset to a whole population. So for example, reject also rejects the entire inspection quantity. So if you reject the sample, the entire shipment is rejected. So what's the inspection level? So we define inspection levels applicable to inline receiving operations. Specify if all or a percentage of units received should be inspected. Specify if every receipt line should be inspected or some can be skipped, which is called a skip lot. And then also switch inspection levels associated to receiving inspection plan based on the quality history. So for example, if supplier is performing bad, you do like a lot of quality inspection, or in the long run, the quality becomes good, you can reduce the number of inspections. So that's a dynamic play. So in this case, the customer used the quality inspection for all the incoming inspection. So they were initially just doing a receipt and then a put away, but then they implemented 3-step receiving. So we'll go through that in the next upcoming slides. Also, they implemented in-process inspection for I would not say all, but some of the products which are like high dollar value, they implemented with inspection as well. And some final ad hoc inventory inspection. This can be on the actual finished good inventory, or it can be like on an MRP inventory. So these are the different distinct business flows of quality inspection management. So for the customer, so they first is define item inspection characteristics and the inspection plan. The next one is define non-item inspection characteristics and plan, and then collect inline working process inspection results, collect inline receiving inspection results, and collect ad hoc inventory inspection results, and then manage the inspection results. So we'll go through a few flows of this customer. So the business flow is the first one is very critical, where you define the inspection characteristics and the plans. The product design engineer defines an attribute group and for user-defined attributes and associate that with item class, and then the item and the item specification values for the attributes to be used in inspection. Basically, what it's saying is the product engineering team specified the item attributes for which the inspection characteristics are based on, and then they specified their minimum, maximum, and target levels of the attributes while performing the inspection. The quality engineer, in collaboration with the product engineer, created inspection characteristics, added references to the item attributes, and the quality engineer created the inspection plan for the items and adds inspection characteristics with quality specification values defaulted from the item characteristics as well as non-item characteristics. So what is non-item inspection characteristics and the plan? So the quality engineer defined inspection characteristics and inspection plan independent of item attributes and specifications. So they, for example, they were very sure that the packaging material was a specific kind and the tags were placed correctly. So the quality engineer created like 2 inspection characteristics with the expected values, and then they were incorporated in the inspection plan. The third, the case where they always do is collect inline receiving inspection results. So the receiving agent records the quantity received. So as soon as a system is hooked on with the quality management module, it will indicate that the quality inspection is required. Then the receiving agent or the inspecting agent need to enter the inspection results. System would determine conformance to specifications and creates a quality issue for the inspection result failures. So the system automatically can trigger a notification or create a quality issue automatically, and it's all configurable. And based on the inspection results, the receiving agent could record the quantity as accepted and or rejected. Then the other flow is how you would manage the inspection results. So the quality engineer views and analyze the inspection results. So what the quality engineer can do is he can go in and search for inspection result based on a search criteria. So he can search by like items, he can search by quality plans or inspection plans, a lot more things, and the system results the search results for the inspection. The quality engineer would select and view the inspection result. System would then identify inspection detail and the detailed inspection results, and then the quality engineer can create some matrix to determine the conformance of specification, and quality engineer views quality metrics and do further analysis or have some more reporting based on that. So this is how you would manage the collective inspection results. So as soon as you log in the quality management cloud, so this is like a landing page, and again this is all configurable. So you can see open issues by severity. So this the quality management cloud can automatically create a quality issue, and which can be logged, and then you can create a severity around it. So you can also have different type of inspection plans. So you can have a resource inspection plan, a receiving inspection plan, a work in process inspection plan, or an inventory inspection plan. So it will list all your plans by type, and then you can again configure this. So you can say what are the unassigned issues, what are the WIP inspection performed in last 2 days, what is the inspection status is, and so on. And then you also have another matrix showing all the open issue by age. Again, as I said, these are all info tiles which can be configured to the business requirements. So let's talk more on the inspection plan. So inspection plan has 3 things. So first is the details, and then the specification, and then there's the criteria which list on which the inspection plan should be based on. So in the details section allows you to maintain inspection plans for items, item category,
Rahul?
and yes.
I'm
Hello?
sorry. I just have a quick question on the
Sure.
slide prior to this. I was just thinking, what would be the driving factor for the customer to adopt a quality management module? So what's the customer landscape look like before? What would drive them to go with quality management module?
Excellent question. Excellent question. So, and I'm going to provide the answer in the next slide. Just hang on tight to it. But then, if you see their pain points, so they did not have an integrated system with their quality processes. So now, with the quality management cloud implemented, the quality aspects of the business process becomes ingrained with the receiving and the work order processes, and is just close to a system. But just hang on tight. I'll answer your question in upcoming slide. So
Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah, you're welcome. So then you can also associate the inspection level of how much to sample and the frequency of inspections. So you can have multiple versions of the inspection plan, and then you can also route inspection plan for approval, and then you can create mandatory and optional inspection plans, or you can, if you have multiple orgs, you can copy those plans to other organizations. On the specifications side of the plan, you list all the characteristics values to be collected during the inspection. You can pull in values from the item definition if a characteristics is mapped to item attributes, or as well you can have a non-item characteristics as we explained earlier. So you can put any of them in your specifications, and then you specify the sequence in which the data is supposed to be collected. And then the third one is the criteria. So the criteria section allows you to specify under what conditions the inspection plan is applicable. For different type of inspection plans, you can have different criteria. So in this case, the customer said, okay, I want to inspect all, or at receipt, I want to inspect all the materials for this purchase for all the POs from this particular supplier. So this inspection plan, as soon as a shipment arrives and the receipt happened of the goods from this particular supplier, it automatically triggered an inspection plan, and then the receiving agent had to enter the inspection result, and then they could accept or reject the quantities. So,
Rahul,
but that,
I
yes,
have another question. Sorry.
sure.
On this one, what would be the mechanism of the alerts when a quality issue, for example, arises or failed? I mean, the warning has to be, the alert or notification has to be immediate, real time, correct?
That's correct. So with Quality Management Cloud, what happens is based on the inspection, again, the actions what you take are totally configurable. So based on your inspection, you can say you can raise an alert, or you can log in a quality issues, or you can trigger events. So there are multiple choices right there. So as soon as a quality non-conformance happens, the system can take an action based on what you have configured and what action you are supposed to happen. Does that answer your question?
Yes, great, great. Good to know.
Yeah.
I know that's a very important key aspect of the
Correct.
whole quality management process.
Correct. And then this is what this customer has also done. So we have implemented notifications, as well as we have created quality issues automatically when the inspection is failed. So let's see two plans, examples of two inspection plans which are widely used for this customer. First is the receiving, and the second one is the inventory inspection plan. So let's talk about receiving. So of course, the inspection plan type is receiving, and then the inspection is based on a few items as well as a few item catalogs. They have some inspection plans which require 100% inspection, and on some plans it's user defined, level 1 reduced, and they are not optional. And as I showed you earlier, some of the inspections are based on a few suppliers or a few supplier sites, or for some items they want to do it all. They have some inspection plan which have no which don't restrict any supplier site. And the use case for that was typically to receiving inspection for tier 1 suppliers of all catalog of components. So that was their use case. And on the inventory side, as I said earlier, it was 100% item and item catalog based, 100% inspection. It was optional because it was launched as a post process for all the finished goods which were produced, as well as to review the MRP inventory. So then the inspection plan was tied to sub inventories and locators, and it was used for ad hoc inspection of quarantined material. So this would answer your question, Malari. So before, and this is after. So before implementing the quality management cloud, so they were still doing the receiving and put away and inspection processes, but they were all manual. So in this case, they would create inspection when the receipt was there in the inventory, and then some of the high volume receiving and some of the receipts which required immediate acknowledgement were candidates for this kind of flow. But then they had some high dollar value items they would receive, inspect, and then put away. But the inspection, again, as I said, was all manual. And then it was basically a visual inspection of the standards which they received in. But after implementing the quality management cloud, they had a 3-step receiving with an inspection plan attached to the receiving. So as soon as the receipt is created, based on the inspection criteria, the inspection step was triggered, and once the inspection was done, they could put away the material. So this resulted in an inline inspection. They could enter the quality results, and then they could accept or reject the shipment. This also allowed them detailed data collection, and they could implement the skip lot or sampling inspection, which was their wish list and was one of their pain point. So this is how the Fusion quality management improved their receiving inspection processes.
Got it. Thanks so much, Rahul, for addressing that question for me.
You're welcome, Melody. So there are other things they are doing right now is the work in process inspection. Even though they are not using this extensively, they are just piloting with a couple of products. But with Fusion Quality, before the implementation of quality management, they could do a quick complete, and the inventory was completed into the inventory. They could at that point accept, reject, or scrap the quantities. With now the quality management cloud implemented, they do a quick complete or complete with details, and then the inspect work order operation automatically triggers, and then they complete that operation. At that point, someone enters the results as complete, accept, reject, or scrap the quantities. And then now they are doing inline inspection at operations, and also they're using this process for testing an operation. And today as well, they are using with an optional inspection plan. What it means is they would do a quick complete or complete with details, and then accept, reject, and enter the quantities, and then inspect the work order. So this is like a post-production quality data collection, and also on ad hoc random inspection based on the production supervisor. So they are using both of these. So as I said earlier, so they also use a final inspection on the MRB and the outbound shipping sub-inventory for quality issues. So at that point of time, it's called a final inspection, which they do on item or item catalog. And this is basically an ad hoc final quality check of finished goods before shipment. So they also had a pain point wherein the customer would like a better collaboration within their department. So Oracle Social Network, which is a tool for collaboration within the organization. So with this tool, what happened? They can create a chat, if you would, for a receipt, and then the quality and the receiving team collaborated with the product design engineer to align changes in item inspection values with quality specification and inspection plan. So the quality team could get immediate feedback from the receiving team, and also quality team can in turn provide feedback on the fly to the product design team, as all of them were part of this conversation. So there was always a continual feedback and collaboration within various stakeholders. Also, this was used to notify the production supervisor about critical defects that impact ongoing production. So as and when the processes of quality were happening, everybody was getting notified. So this was a tremendous collaboration and a big win for them. Rather than waiting to see some reports or then analyze the issue after the fact, they were always in the loop and they could see what's happening on the manufacturing floor. So as I said, this customer also had situations where they would receive the products from their suppliers and they would send it to a lab, which was a third-party lab, and the lab performed some quality inspections and returned those goods back to this customer for further processing. So they always desired an integration with the lab, wherein the lab could, basically it's an integration wherein they could know the test results performed by the lab in an automated way, which can be incorporated back in the manufacturing operation. So this is like a kind of a model how the quality management works, right? So the quality management module gets input from the items. Basically, these inputs are for the characteristics and the non-item characteristics. The items are located in the organization, sub-inventories, and locator. These is used basically to run the inspection plan on finished goods or other kind of inventories. Also, there are incoming receipts from suppliers, so for which you can run an inspection plan, or you can run an inspection for your work orders and your resources. So those all are the inputs for the quality management system. And then using the REST services, the quality management cloud can talk to the third party or offsite quality management system, and it also facilitates mobile data collection. Then it can be integrated. So this is still a work in process for this customer, but they are doing a pilot right now. And also, quality management cloud provides like a dashboard and analytics and reporting tools, which are very powerful, and it gives a lot of reports or dimensions out of the box, which enable for easy reporting. And then those reports can be configured directly by the business user and then typically they would not take IT's help. So the reports can be done by the users. So in this next slide, it shows you what typical cloud subject areas. Subject areas are nothing but the dimensions or the cubes, if you would, if you are from the BI background. So quality management cloud creates these cubes for you automatically: events disposition, results evaluation, sample results, characteristics, samples, inspection events, inspection plan, levels, items. So these are pre-configured for you, as well as they give some other things like item category dimension, inventory org dimension, locator, work order, suppliers, and resource dimension. So all these dimensions are like live data, and then you can create ad hoc reports for you, as well as use the reports provided by quality management out of the box, or you can configure those reports based on your needs, depending on what data elements you want to see. And also, as there's always a need that certain people would like to see this information, management would like to see this information. So it's very easy it's very easy to basically configure all these reports based on the requirements of the organization. And that was like a overview of quality management cloud and the use case for the customer. So over to you, Melody.
Thank you very much, Rahul. Great presentation. Again, just a reminder for any of you that have any question, use the chat box on your right side of the GoToWebinar. Well, I just want to give you a high-level overview of who is NexInfo, so you know we're not just a fly-by-night kind of company. We do this webinar on a monthly basis. Being in the industry for 20 plus years, we are also known in our business consulting services and how we blend the business processes and software, aligning those existing software tools to really provide you with operational excellence. That's kind of our goal. As you can see, our deep domain here, starting from an integrated business planning, ERP, product lifecycle management, CRM, HCM, and some predictive analytics, all the way to our cloud connectors that we have utilized and successfully delivered most of our cloud project using our built cloud connectors. As I said, 20 years plus, founded in 1999. We're based here in Orange County, Santa Ana, all across the U.S. and Europe and India. As you can see, we are also recognized by many different sales organizations. The latest one that we have received in 2019 is the most promising ERP consulting services. So we're very, very proud of that recognition. And our clients are really all across the board, from a small, medium-sized company to an enterprise level corporations. And from a software perspective, as you can see, we are partnered with Oracle, SAP, Microsoft, and other complementary software like Vanguard software for demand management, etc., and RFGen for any of your barcoding needs. And again, I want to thank you, everybody, for joining our webinar today. And watch out for our next webinar next month, as we try to provide you with a lot of good education through this webinars. And for questions, Rahul will read them and answer them for you. Thanks again, everybody, for joining. Rahul, would you like to read some questions?
Yes, sure. So there are two questions. How do I manage organizational quality management cloud? And there's another question subsequent to it. Can I have different quality plans for different organizations? So yes, of course. So you can have multiple quality plans, and the quality plans are highly flexible. You can keep on and adding criteria as you would like. And then, as I said in my previous slide, the quality plans can be copied from one organization to other organization. So they do not have to build from the scratch. So the answer is yes. You can. It's highly flexible and highly configurable, and you can manage the quality plans across organizations. So there's another question saying how many is the limit of item characteristics which can be used on a quality. I think it's plan. I think that's what they mean. So, okay. So yes, so you can have as many as item characteristics as you would like, and you can also have that item characteristics as well as non-item characteristics, and you can sequence them based on a on the quality plan. So the user knows in what order to collect those item characteristics because they can be dependent on each other. There's another question, how do you define this item characteristics? So they are defined as part of the product information management tool. So you can have it basically, it's like a concept of kind of EFF concept or descriptive flex fields who are from EBS background. So you can create as many as inspection characteristics you would like on an item, or you can create an attribute group which inherits all the quality inspection characteristics, and then you can associate them to an item. Let's see, any more questions? There's a question on notifications which we just answered. Yes, as soon as you hit quality issues, the system is able to send notifications to the business stakeholders. That's about it. Any more questions? We can give 10 more seconds. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for attending the webinar. Hopefully, it was very informative for you, and it will jumpstart or help you understand what Quality Management Cloud provides as some of these features. Hopefully, it will be used for you in your future implementations. And you all have a great day.